So say I give you this system of equations. So 3x plus y is equal to -2, and then minus 3x plus 2y is equal to -4. And I want you to solve using Cramer's rule. So now we know that the solution for x is going to be dx over d, and the solution for y is going to be dy over d. Now to find d, what we do is we just write down the coefficients in x and y. So the first column is going to be the coefficients of x, so 3 and -3, and the second column is going to be the coefficients of y, so 1 and 2. And then this is just a 2 by 2 determinant, so the way we solve is that we cross multiply and take the difference. So 3 times 2 minus 1 times -3, which simplifying this becomes 6 minus -3, which is 6 plus 3, because we're subtracting a negative, which makes it positive. So 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. Then for dx, move down a little bit. For dx, what we do is we replace the coefficients in x with the constant terms, which are on the right. So instead of 3 and -3, we're going to write -2 and -4 as the first column, and then the second column is just the y coefficients still. So again, solving, we get -2 times 2 minus 1 times -4. So simplifying, we get -4 minus -4, which becomes -4 plus 4. And these two are additive inverses, so since we're adding them together, we're going to get a 0. Finally, dy, how we construct dy is that instead we replace the coefficients of y with the constant terms. So dx, we replace the coefficients of x with the constant terms, and dy, we replace the coefficients of y with the constant terms. So we're still going to write 3 and -3. The coefficients of x stay the same. And now we're going to write -2 and -4 as the second column. So now doing this again, we have 3 times -4. Let's just do that. That's -12. And then minus -3 times -2, which is +6. Because remember, a negative times a negative is always going to be a positive. So it's going to be -6. So -12 minus 6 is going to give us -18. So now we have our d, dx, and dy. So now we're ready to solve. So x is dx over d. We found dx to be 0 and d to be 9. So since there's a 0 in the numerator, then x is just going to be 0. And y is going to be dy over d. And dy is -18. And d again is 9. And reducing that, we end up getting -2. So, since we write our solution in terms of the ordered pair, we want to say the solution is x comma y. So 0, comma, -2.